I'm Dennis McCoy, and I'm rocking the mic. I'm a roguish white boy that likes to ride his bike. Now I'm not going to recount. I know there's way more to that, but I can't. No, this isn't the venue for that. Dennis McCoy, a professional something, BMX bike rider, rogue, freestyle extraordinaire. Yeah, I'm a BMX bike rider at the professional level for quite some time now. It's early 1987, so I'm practicing in a warehouse somewhere in LA with Mike Dominguez, who's like, super old school legend quarter pipe vert rider, and Matt Hoffman, who has become such. He was a 15-year-old version of Matt Hoffman at the time. Ramp's got like a foot of vert, which was strange at the time. 8-foot radius, foot of vert. I'm trying to get used to it, and we're going higher, and we're blasting, and I go and full speed and just go for this big invert. Front wheel comes down, just impacts the floor, and I just hit chest, like right into the floor, like worst crash of my life at that point. Dominguez had seen plenty of slams, and he probably reacted the way I would. He comes over and he's like, dude, we all slam, it's his turn. Like just let me writhe in pain. Matt was a little more, concerned, and he comes over and, how you doing? Oh, okay, and I cough blood up. Next thing you know, I'm in the ambulance, and I'm on the way to the hospital, and I go there, and they diagnose, swollen up chest from the slam, and, I'm good to go. So they release me and send me back to the hotel. I can't do anything now because I'm probably going to miss part of the tour. And I get a call from the hospital. Like, hello?
Mr. McCoy?
Yeah?
We need you to get into the hospital.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, we've seen some of your x-ray, an air bubble and blah, blah, blah.
They're kind of not giving me all the information I want. So I go into the hospital. We got to perform surgery. I'm like, what? Whoa, easy. I'm only, 19 at the time. I'm not ready to just Southern California go in and get cut open. Apparently I collapsed my lung. They felt like it was an emergency, and I felt like I wanted to go get some Mexican food down the street. I'm gonna call my parents. We'll sort this out. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. That got cut into me with really no anesthesia, and a tube just got inserted in me, and I spent a couple days in the hospital. So that's over with, and I'm like, good, I get to fly home. Apparently they don't let you fly when you've recently collapsed a lung. So my manager at the time volunteered to rent a car and drive me one way back to Kansas City. And I'm a wreck, my chest is swollen, I can barely even move, I can barely even walk. Hours and hours into the drive, and I just feel like this gnarly collision. And this sense of weightlessness, like, oh my God, like I literally thought we just hit like a guardrail and I'm flying off a cliff to my death. Scariest moment of my life. My manager had fallen asleep at the wheel with the cruise control on 85. So bam, I'm alive, I'm around to tell about it. She wasn't always the most responsible person. She'd be my agent telling me, oh no, Dennis, this is horrible. My manager had larger than normal breasts, and actually had like a boob reduction performed like several weeks earlier, and apparently she was several weeks past when the stitches were supposed to be removed, and colliding into the steering wheel had caused like the stitches to burst and like a bunch of pus to come out and things. So I'm in New Mexico now in a car that still drives, but the front end's totally demolished, with my manager pulling over every hour or so for new napkins so that she can kind of sponge out breast pus for the rest of the drive back. And then we did make it back alive. She kind of was, by the time we got to Wichita, she was thinking of pulling over and checking herself into an emergency room. She decided to, finish the drive, and I got returned safely to Kansas City.